feel like a dead battery by evening? Like your energy light is blinking red and nothing you do, coffee, a walk, scrolling, actually fills you back up? What if I told you there's a 3-minute ritual built from the sleep preparation techniques recorded in Edgar Cayce's readings that can prime you to recharge while you sleep? It's short, simple, and safe enough to try tonight. If this sounds like what you need, stay with me. Try it with me tonight and come back to tell us what you noticed. Edgar Cayce was a 20th century figure who left behind more than 14,000 documented readings. In those sessions, he described a few striking ideas: that the conscious self withdraws each night while the soul travels on a sort of silver cord; that the sleeper can visit 3 broad spiritual dimensions: the borderland of earthbound influences, a cosmic library, sometimes called the Akashic Records, and the realm of pure spirit where creative guidance and healing might be accessed. Those are Cayce's descriptions, recorded in his files and repeated by his stenographers. I'm not presenting these as scientific fact. I'm sharing them as the framework Cayce used to teach how to prepare for sleep, so that the night can be restorative rather than draining. Why does that matter to you? Because the way you end your day sets the trajectory for what your deeper self encounters during sleep. That's the core of what Cayce recommended: intentional preparation. He didn't promise instant miracles for everyone, but his files include dozens of accounts, brief, striking stories, where people reported healing, guidance, and clarity after nights when they prepared themselves. Here are 3 snapshots from those files to give you a sense of what he was working with. One reading, recorded as reading 2661, describes a businessman who woke to specific, actionable advice from what Cayce described as contact with a deceased father figure, advice that helped him navigate a high-stakes decision. Another file, reading 31241, tells of a mother who accessed a remedy in a dreamlike state, an herbal preparation she then used for her child's ailment, presented in the reading as guidance obtained while the soul was away. And in reading 29431, Cayce himself reported a prophetic vision encountered in sleep that later aligned with larger world events. These are not proofs, they are documentations of experiences in his archive. They illustrate a pattern. When sleep is entered with intention and protection, extraordinary things, guidance, insight, and sometimes healing have been reported. Those examples are short because the point isn't to persuade you by a few stories. It's to show there is a consistent method behind them. Cayce's practical instructions for preparing to sleep are what we're going to distill into a single, runnable 3-minute routine. This is the Cayce trick for a quick recharge, a compact sequence of breath, protection, intention, and an anchor into sleep. It's designed to reduce mental clutter, call in safe guidance, shield you from unwanted interference, and plant a single clear question for your deeper self to work on overnight. Before we begin, a short safety note. This is a spiritual hygiene practice, not a substitute for medical or psychological care. If you have a diagnosed sleep disorder, severe anxiety, psychosis, or are under active psychiatric treatment, check with your healthcare provider before experimenting with dream work or altered state practices. Keep the breathing gentle and natural. Do not do extreme breath holds or hyperventilation. Stay in a comfortable, safe environment where you can relax and fall asleep. Now let's do it. I'll walk you through the full 3-minute Cayce recharge step by step. If you want to follow along in real time, have a timer ready. If not, simply listen and practice the next time you go to bed. The segments are balanced: 30 seconds grounding, 60 seconds protective visualization, 30 seconds intention/dream incubation, and 60 seconds to anchor into sleep. Total 180 seconds. Ready? Find a comfortable lying position, dim the lights, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, and let's begin. Step 0. Quick disclaimer and posture. 5 seconds. Settle your body. Let your arms rest by your sides or on your chest, feet uncrossed. If you're in bed, make sure the blankets feel right. Eyes can remain open for the first breaths, then gently close when you feel ready. Keep breathing natural. Step 1. Grounding breath and clearing. 30 seconds. Inhale for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 6. Repeat this 3 times. With each out-breath, name one thing you will let go of tonight: an irritation, a worry, a to-do list item.
Say it silently. I release that now. The short, elongated exhale helps signal the nervous system to settle. The naming helps transfer the day's clutter out of your immediate awareness. This is literal preparation. Cayce emphasized clearing the conscious mind before sleep so the soul could more freely move. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Let the shoulders soften. Feel the surface you rest on supporting you. Let your attention sink into your body. Step 2. White light protection visualization, 60 seconds. Now imagine a warm, luminous white light beginning at the top of your head. In Cayce's language, you'll sometimes see the white light of Christ consciousness in his readings. When I say white light here, think of a protective, healing light, neutral and safe, that forms a cocoon around you. See it gently flow down your head, over your shoulders, around your chest, wrapping your arms and hands, moving over your hips, legs, and feet. Picture it sealing a soft, luminous shell that lets only benevolent presence through and keeps lower influences at a respectful distance. As it settles, mentally invite protection and wise guidance.
You can use a brief phrase to anchor this, such as, I am held in safe light, or protect and guide. I am open to what serves my highest good. Repeat that phrase once or twice in a calm, steady voice or silently. If a religious word resonates for you, use it. If not, keep it neutral. The aim is to create intentional containment. Cayce insisted on protection to reduce the risk of unwanted influence while the soul travels. Keep the visualization gentle. No fear, no drama, just a clear, luminous field. Step 3. Set one concise intention, 30 seconds. Now, with your protective field in place, ask one single, concise question for your deeper self or higher guidance to work on while you sleep. Keep it simple and actionable. Examples: what is the next step for my health? How can I approach that conversation on Monday? Show me one change to improve my energy. Phrase it as an open, curious question rather than a demand. Say it once, slowly, out loud, or in your mind. If nothing immediate comes, that's fine. Cayce called this dream incubation, setting the puzzle piece before sleep so the sleeping self can look at it from outside the daily clutter. Don't overload yourself with multiple questions. One clear request is more likely to be attended to overnight. Step 4. Anchor into sleep, 60 seconds. Choose a calming anchor word or short phrase, something like soft, home, still, or your earlier protective phrase. Breathe naturally. As you inhale, feel the white light warming you. As you exhale, let your chosen word rest in your mind. Gently repeat it with each breath. Inhale, feel the light. Exhale, soft. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the word. Allow your body to soften into the bed. If sleep comes in this minute, let it arrive. You have done the work. If not, continue with the anchor for the remainder of the time until you naturally drift. This is the transition Cayce recommended, closing the door of busy thinking and trusting the night to continue the work you've set. There, 3 minutes. That's the ritual. Let's unpack why each element matters, briefly, so you understand the method you're practicing and can repeat it reliably. The grounding breath matters because it clears the immediate tension and reduces mental noise. Cayce emphasized that the conscious mind's clutter interferes with the soul's ability to gather guidance. A calm nervous system supports receptivity. The white light protection is central because in many readings, Cayce warns of lower entities or parasitic attachments that can be attracted when someone is unprepared. This protective field is not meant to be dramatic or fearful, rather, it's a practical boundary that prioritizes safety. The single intention is the whole point of dream incubation. You're giving the sleeping self something precise to work on. The anchor word helps you fall asleep without replaying the day. It serves as a stable handoff to the night.
Now, a very brief cautionary note, because Cayce's files are explicit here. There are documented readings where people experienced troubling contacts when they entered sleep in a scattered or unprotected state. One such case, as recorded in reading 207210, describes the need for spiritual intervention when protections were lax. That's why the protective visualization is not optional in this method, it's a safety step. If at any point, in dream or waking, you feel unnerved or disturbed by what you experience, stop the practice and seek grounding. Open your eyes, turn on a lamp, call a trusted friend, or consult a spiritual leader or clinician you trust. Practices that engage altered states should be approached responsibly. Let me offer a few practical refinements based on those same Cayce themes, so you can adapt the 3 minutes to your life without losing its structure. If you struggle to quiet your mind for the initial breaths, try a simple counting technique. On each exhale, count 1 silently. On the next exhale, count 2, and so on up to 6, then restart at 1. This gives the mind a gentle task and reduces wandering. If a particular religious phrase or image supports you, use it. Cayce's language sometimes uses Christian terminology, but his method is essentially non-sectarian. The same protective white light can be framed as divine presence, universal spirit, or a human-made safety intention, whatever keeps you calm and secure. If you wake in the night with a vivid image or a phrase, treat it as data. Write a single line in a notebook by your bed, just enough to capture the essence, then go back to sleep. Cayce's case files suggest that small notes taken on waking can reveal patterns over time. They needn't be elaborate journals. If the intention seems to bring nothing, that's still a result. Not every night produces a striking dream. Sometimes the night's work is subtle. A change in mood, a problem you see more clearly in the morning, or a chain of small decisions. The practice is about increasing the chances that sleep supports you rather than distracts you. Now, because the files include testimonies of healing and guidance, a balanced word here is essential. This ritual is about alignment and receptivity. Some people in Cayce's records reported significant shifts after repeated practice. Others experienced modest guidance. No single night guarantees dramatic overhaul. Use this ritual as a nightly habit for preparatory spiritual hygiene, like brushing your teeth or locking your door, something that gradually changes the baseline of how you enter rest. For those curious about specifics, how long should you do this? A single night can be instructive, but patterns emerge with consistency. Try it for a week and keep a one-line log in the morning. Set intention X, noticed Y. That way you build a personal data set without pressure. Cayce's work is pragmatic in that sense. It's about cultivation over time, not one-off magic. A few more practical do's and don'ts. Do keep the room reasonably comfortable and the temperature moderate. Do not use substances to force vivid dreams. This method relies on natural sleep. Do not practice at the wheel or when you must be fully awake immediately after, for example, before driving. If you wake with unsettling imagery, ground immediately. Splash water on your face, breathe, call someone, or turn on lights until you feel centered. Let me offer quick examples of intention phrasing that tend to work, pulled from the spirit of Cayce's guidance but adapted for practical use. Pick one that fits your life. Show me the next small step to improve my energy. Give me clarity about the conversation with person. If there's an actionable insight from my work, show one image. Bring a symbol or message that helps heal my worry about issue. Make it short, no rambling. The sleeping self doesn't sift through lists well. A sharp arrow is better than a scattershot volley. You might be wondering, what about imagination? Can we trust dreams? Cayce's stance was that dreams are a legitimate channel of information when approached intentionally and with protection. He described the silver cord as the tether between body and soul during these nightly journeys. That language is symbolic, but it emphasizes continuity. You are not abandoning reason, you are extending your awareness through a practice doorway. The 3-minute ritual is simply a way to open that door cleanly. For a moment, imagine your phone battery again. You could do 10 different things to trick your phone into performing better. Close apps, dim the screen, switch off notifications, but if the charger is faulty, none of it matters. This ritual is like connecting to a secure charger. It doesn't promise your phone will work miracles in one go, but it gives you a reliable protocol that, repeated over nights, tends to improve the charge you wake up with. Before we close, a short practical script you can read aloud into your voice memo and play back tonight if you want a guided version. Keep it simple and calm. I settle into the support beneath me. Breath in for 4, out for 6. Release one worry. Breath in, breath out, release the second worry. Breath in, breath out, release the third worry. A warm white light flows from my head to my feet, forming a protective, luminous field. I invite guidance that serves my highest good and keep unwanted influence at a distance. My single question for tonight is, insert one concise question. I choose the word soft to anchor. Inhale, feel the light. Exhale, soft. I let go, I sleep. That's it. Read it once before bed or record it as you lie down. Okay, final practical checklist for tonight. Dim lights, put the phone away, set a 3-minute timer or follow my pacing, do the 4 steps precisely, and after the ritual, allow sleep to come without rechecking your phone.
If you wake with a noteworthy image, jot one line on a notepad by the bed, then go back to sleep. Try this for several nights and notice trends rather than expecting an overnight miracle. If you try this tonight, here's a small request. Come back and tell us what you experienced. Share one sentence in the comments tomorrow morning. Did anything shift in your mood? A dream image you remember? A deeper sense of rest? Your report helps others see how the method plays out in real lives. If you want to go deeper into the background and actual case files, check the Association for Research and Enlightenment and Cayce archives, link in the description. There you'll find the original readings and longer contextual material. Remember, these readings are historical documents that report experiences and guidance as Cayce recorded them. They are not scientific proof. Use discernment, keep realistic expectations, and prioritize your safety. If this short routine feels useful, consider making it a nightly habit, a 3-minute investment that could shift how you use the most restorative part of your day. If you value content like this, practical, cautious, and rooted in historical material, hit subscribe for more guides like the Cayce Recharge, and check the link in the description for deeper resources. Try the 3-minute Cayce Recharge tonight. Protect the space, set one clear question, and see what the night brings. Then tell us one sentence about what changed. I'll be reading the comments.